Omega-3, 6 and 9. Okay, so who kind of doesn't really know what to take? Should I take the omega-3 and the fish oil, or should I take the 3, 6 and 9 from flax? You know, who shall I suggest takes what? Can be a bit tricky, and if you're not sure, it's a bit of a toss-up. So hopefully after the presentation that I'm just going to give you, you can have another sort of added reasons to take one or the other, or maybe both. Let's have a look. So why supplement with oil? Essential fatty acids, there's a bit of a giveaway there because they're essential. They're not just a little bit of a good idea, they're actually essential. And they're essential for so many different things. We are literally unable to function properly without them. And many, many people are deficient. And what Emma was saying earlier about the toxins of our environment and everything coming in, we need them even more. Every cell needs omega-3 to enable nourishment to get in and toxins and waste to get out. It also really helps us by taking in good fats, not want the bad fats. You'll find cravings of all kinds of, you know, I don't know, dinky donuts and pastries and stuff like that. They'll go down when you start supplementing daily. Omega oils are also essential for the water balance within the body. So, you know, there's a lot of your clients, or maybe yourself, you know, suffer from time to time with edema, which means swelling of, you know, different parts of the body, particularly hands and feet and ankles. That's the main places where people notice some, you know, extra water being held. But even maybe premenstrually, some people say, oh, I get all waterlogged premenstrually. Well, guess what? If you supplement with these oils, that's not going to happen. Our brains are mainly water. They are water and essential fatty acids. That's what our brains are made of. So therefore, if we don't drink water and we don't take our EFAs, how are our brains going to function? Not particularly well. Not particularly well. And as you get older and older, we dehydrate. The older you get, the more you dehydrate. So the older you get, the more water you need to drink. Obviously, children need lots of water at school, and all my kids have just been grown up. They call them chewing gum fish oils because they just get them every morning and they always want another one. So very important for our brains to function well. Omegas also have a huge impact on our hormones, keeping them balanced. This is essential throughout our life because we've got hormonal highs and lows and different periods throughout, but particularly for puberty and fertility and pregnancy. So, you know, in that case, why would we not supplement with oils? A lot of people understand the oils to help, brain power, structure, and I think most people would say that, really, those two, maybe cardiovascular. But just look at all the areas that fish oils support and help with. You know, there really is absolutely every reason to make this one of your daily essentials. And if it isn't, please get it in there. You will notice a difference. There's no known toxicity with ALA from flaxseed oils at all. However, in order to produce the correct EPA and DHA from the ALA, from the flaxseed, you do need larger quantities. So, you know, please don't be frightened or worried about taking higher quantities, even if it was just short term, to eliminate an issue of some kind or an imbalance of some kind. You really can take a lot of flax and omega-3. You know, you can really take more than the recommended dose. This process of absorption is also helped by other Nature's Sunshine complements, like Nutricalm, Super Sup, vitamins and minerals, particularly I like Megachel for that, and Zambrosa and magnesium. Those extra supplements will help, and a lot of those will be your dailies anyway. So pure omega-3 from fish oil is used by the body to repair and maintain the brain. and nervous system. And our nervous systems are really, really challenged in the 21st century, hugely, more than we would ever realise. That doesn't mean to say, you know, I think some people think of the nervous system, unless you're sort of jangling around like a bag of nerves, that means, you know, you've got a challenged nervous system. Well, that may be so. That may be correct. And you will also be amazed how everyone's nervous systems are compromised. And again, adding these into your diet will really help. If oils are pure and not contaminated with heavy metals, that is, which we've just heard they're not, and that's why we use Nature's Sunshine. If they're contaminated, you know, your 99p cod liver oil from Holland and Barrett, chances are going to have some nasties in there. And they could well actually be doing harm. I mean, Halib Orange, for instance, is just horrendous. It's got aspartame in, you know, and you can probably get 1,000 for 99p. So the toxicity isn't the fish oils, it's the ingredients in that the fish take up. Nature's Sunshine, I think you saw it on a slide earlier, but I'll just reiterate, they press the oil from the flesh. So that's taking even extra care, because obviously we store toxins, you know, the livers are detoxing. So they're actually pressing it from the flesh, not the liver, which again is unusual. So omega-3, you can get it in fish, oils and meat, but mainly from fish. EPA has high anti-inflammatory properties. It can be obtained from animal sources, or it can be created from ALA, from the flax oil. Excessive inflammation or high-risk inflammatory disease can be significantly lowered with high doses that are clean. So that's why we use Nature's Sunshine. The DHA is a building block for the myelin. And myelin is the fatty substance that covers our nerve cells. Now, that is really, really important to maintain because again, in our environment and the food chain, and stress, that myelin sheath is being gnawed away at and damaged. Now, this can cause, you know, with mild amounts of that, you are going to get symptoms, but you're not going to be diagnosed with any condition. However, if the sort of mild gnawing away at the myelin sheath is allowed to continue, then it could well then lead on to quite a nasty conditions and diseases, like MS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all kinds of problems like that. Now, in my experience, I've found that blood group has a little bit to do with which oils are more beneficial for you. And I've found that blood group O tends to go with the fish oils, so the omega-3 from fish oil. And also blood group B. Mind you, Bs can really be split between both. So if you don't know your blood group and you are taking fish oils because someone's suggested you do, and they're repeating on you, or maybe they don't initially, or maybe they'll start to repeat on you. And, you know, basically that's burping up taste of fish. Putting it graphically, you'll suddenly go, oh yeah, those are the omegas that I had at breakfast. And no one really wants to be, you know, having that taste in their mouth. So if you are persevering with omega-3 as fish oil, and it keeps repeating on you, my suggestion is you swap to flax. And of course, you can say that to your client. If you start them off on the omega oils from the fish, the omega-3 oil, super omega, and they do say, actually, you know, I really, you know, I'm sure I'm getting benefit, but I'm repeating, pop them on the omega-3, 6, and 9. So again, we know omega is for inflaming conditions, rheumatoid arthritis, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, asthma, eczema. those kind of things. Eczema, if the omega doesn't clear up the eczema, please do try EPO, evening primrose oil, because that can be absolutely fantastic for eczema if this hasn't made a difference. It's also excellent for heart health because it increases the good cholesterol, the HDL. So the DHA is important for brain health, vision, learning, cognition. And again, this is really going to help your kids do well at school. It's really going to help them have a higher brain function. Because when you're stressed, one of the first two, well, the first two systems to break down is your digestive health and higher brain function. They're the first two systems to just collapse. So please send your kids to school with breakfast, not a sugary sweet cereal. Please send them to school with breakfast, a shot of Zambrosa and an omega-3 of some kind. So omega-3, 6 and 9 is a plant-sourced alternative to fish oils, and that's what you can take if they repeat on you. Or even if they don't, you know, this tends to be more suited to blood group A and AB. You just absorb it right in. Remember, the body has to do a little bit of work with flax. Super omega-3, you take them and the body absorbs it and you're done. With flax seed oil, it needs to convert the ALA into the DHA. So let's have a look. 53 to 60% of the oil contains nearly twice as much omega-3 as the fish oils. So they're very, very concentrated. However, remember, you still do need to take more to get the right amounts. So LA is in flaxseed oil, and it's mostly used in the body to produce cell energy and, most importantly, as a building block to create EPA and DHA from, from the omega-3. An oil can go rancid, and Nature's Sunshine do their absolute best to prevent at any part of the manufacture for it to be exposed as less as possible. However, we really do need to keep these in the fridge. So if you're not keeping them in the fridge, please do, because they're going to really, last longer, and you can, the worst place you could keep them is like in a warm cupboard, or leave them warming up in your car and things. You really don't want to be doing that. Okay, so omega-6 oils found in nuts, seeds and vegetable oils. Linoleic acid is an omega-6 oil, and it's an essential fatty acid and is found in flaxseed oil. Omega-6 is also found in other oils, such as palm, sunflower and rapeseed. However, they're not so desired in that form for many, many different reasons that I'm not going to go into now. But if you see those oils in things that you're consuming, I would suggest you switch. Omega-6, if taken regularly in sufficient amounts, allows the body to replace damaged trans fats. They're artificial fats that can be formed through heating and also a process called hydrogenization, and I'm sure most of you know about that, or all of you know about that, to really stay off any hydrogenated fats. In flax, though, you've got a particular acid called nervonic acid, and that's very important for the myelin production, which is what I was talking about earlier, and that's the fatty surrounding to the nerve that needs to be intact, otherwise you will get problems with nerve function. And it might just be, a slight change in function that you notice, nothing serious, but again, it can build up. And of course, demyelation, complete demyelation, in certain areas, and then in really big cases in the whole area where you're wheelchair bound with MS and ME. So omega-3, 6 and 9 may be better suited to A and AB. However, I'm a big fan of both, and as long as the omega-3 fish oil isn't repeating on you, I would suggest that you give a go taking both together. So, ALA is effective for inflammatory conditions just like the omega-3. However, it's also incredibly effective for the menopause. And it's included in the menopause program. Those of you who know the menopause program, it's included in that. Because again, in my experience, and there's many people that have taken it over the super omega-3 during the menopause and with the menopause program to change hot flushes, breast soreness, that kind of thing that you can get. Hyperactivity, sleep disorders, autoimmune disorders, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Again, everyone talks about sugar with diabetes. It is sugar, salt, and fats. It's all three. And you can literally eat your way into diabetes type 2 if you consume a nice packet of crisps with a nice kind of ham salami sandwich, followed by, you know, why hungry? Why wait? Have a Snickers, you know, follow up by that. Then, you know, that's quite a nice lunch to, oh, and wash down with a Coke, of course. Quite a nice recipe there for eating your way into diabetes type 2. And again, the nervous system type disorders, cognitive and memory issues, and psychological issues too. If we don't provide our bodies with enough omega oils, our bodies will actually prioritise what we are intaking and send it there. So you end up being depleted in other areas. So if you've got issues going on, it will suck in the ingredients to exactly where the issues are, and there's none for the rest of the body. The lungs alone need 1 litre of water and 2 of your omega-3s a day. That's your lungs alone. So let's really, you know, step it up. And if you are taking them, so if you're taking omega or omega-3, 6 and 9, and you kind of one or the other, try mixing them. Or, like I say, if they repeat on you, keep with the flax. Okay, so just in summary, essential fatty acids are not just a good idea, they're essential. Please get supplementing them daily for yourself and your family. May be used as preventative healthcare. I certainly use them as that. May be safely taken in large doses for current conditions. EFAs, inflammation, behaviour issues, memory, brain power, nerves, circulation, and all the rest from the list on these slides. Super omega-3 and 3, 6 and 9 may be taken together for a synergistic effect. Omega-3, 6 and 9 as part of your menopausal program. Super omega-3 as part of your sports program, but again, it can be either. And please keep your EFAs in the fridge. And finally, we would never consider running our cars without oil and water. So why would we consider running ourselves without oil and water? Thank you.